Good morning to all. Welcome to my channel Programming Guide by Bhargavi. So in this video I am going to explain you the important questions of operating system. So the operating system is this syllabus is related to degree Telangana University BSc students. So in the first unit we have some important questions like define operating system and its services. So in for this question we have to answer that what is mean by operating system, what are the functionalities, how it will be useful in the system, we have to explain. Second question is explain operating system structure. So how operating system is defined, designed, we have to explain. Next, third one, explain inter-process communication with example. So for this, with the example means producer consumer problem, we have to explain. So IPC we can also call as inter-process communication. That means one process is going to communicate with the other processes, and the other process also going to communicate with some other processes. That means a communication will be existed between the processes. This must not have any errors. That means one variable is going to use by many processes, so you should not get any errors. So in such a way we have to communicate with some other processes, that is we have to explain in this answer. Explain process state diagram, process control block. So when you when the operating system getting a process, how this process is transferred from one state to another state. We have five states in this, we have to explain with a neat diagram and explain the process control block also. So process control block is nothing but a information which is related to process. That means what is a process number, how much memory it is needed, when it is created, when it will be ended, who is the parent of that process. Every information we have to specify in the process control block. Next one, explain critical section problem. So just now we discussed about the IPC. So in IPC, when the two processes are going to use the same process at the same time, that means same variable at the same time, you should not get the conflict. So to avoid such conflicts, we have a critical section problem. You have to explain that. Next and last, difference between semaphores and monitors. And in this, most probably I'm expecting that this operating system services will come, and process control block and the critical section problem and the IPC. So these are the most expected questions. All are the important questions only. Who want to pass, just read all these question answers, then you will be pass. Next, unit 2 I'm explaining. So explain scheduling algorithm. So what is mean by schedule? So in the state diagram, when two processes are coming at the same time to the operating system, which process has to be executed so that the CPU utilization will be more, we can define with the help of these scheduling algorithms. So first come first serve. So ఏది ఫస్ట్ వస్తే అది చేయాలి. Shortest job first, which process has less time, that will be executed first. In the priority scheduling algorithm, priorities are given, that means importance should be given, but we have a starvation problem in the priority scheduling algorithm. Now, and the last one is round robin scheduling algorithm. So in this round robin scheduling algorithm, each process should execute a quantum time. That means equal time will be shared to the each and every process. So if we consider three process will execute for 2 seconds, then after first process execute, then after second process, then after third process. But each and every process executes in a arrival order and same time it will take to execute. So this is also very much more important answer. After 4 they may give any 2 or any 3 or any one with the example. So you have to write this answer. If it is of long answer, only round robin is given for long answer. So you have to define round robin, take one example, find out the average waiting time with the help of a neat diagram of gnat chart, so that you will get the good marks. Next, what is deadlock? Explain how to handle the deadlock and prevention. So, what is mean by deadlock? We have to explain. Then we have to say that how you can handle the deadlock and how you can prevent the deadlock. Prevention is nothing but to before occurring of the deadlock, what precautions you have to take in a operating system is to explained in the prevention. Handling is nothing but what are the conditions for occurrence of a deadlock. Explain deadlock recovery using weight for graph. For example, even though we have taken the precautions, a deadlock occurred. Now you have to find out how the deadlock is occurred and in which processes the deadlock is there. We have to find out that with the help of the weight for graph. And the last one, how deadlock can be recovered. Deadlock, how you are finding the deadlock, you have to explain here. Now the next one is third unit. What is swapping? So what is mean by swapping? Swapping is nothing but interchanging of two processes between main memory and the secondary memory. Next, explain continuous memory allocation in detail. So we have fixed and variable partitions of memory. You have to explain that with the help of the example diagrams. Next, what is segmentation and paging? So you'll get this question like what is paging, explain in detail, or what is segmentation, explain in detail, or you'll get what is segmentation and paging. If you get this same question, you have to explain about the segmentation some part and some part you have to explain with the paging. If any one of the question is asked, explain segmentation, you have to explain all the topics of the segmentation with the help of the diagrams neatly. Explain page replacement algorithms. So this question may be expected, this question may be expected, this question may be expected. Why? Because so all these are the different page replacement algorithms. If you just remember the process of how the page is replaced, you can easily write these answers. So FCFS, LRU, least recently used, optimal search algorithm. So this is least recently used short trick is far from left. This is for far from right. Explain disk scheduling algorithms. So in the disk scheduling algorithms, how the disk rotations are doing. So if you take which head moment so that the file will be accessed very fastly is depends upon the disk scheduling algorithms. So that is FCFS, shortest distance first, scan, C scan. So all these are the different kinds of scheduling algorithms. And next we have file allocation methods. So file allocation methods we have sequential, random, indexed, sequential. How the files are allocated in the system is explained in the file allocation methods. Next, explain file system implementation and directory implementation. How the files are implemented in the operating system. That means where the files will be stored, in which order it will be stored, where it will be stored, how much memory is required. So everything will be related to your file system implementation, how the files are implemented in a memory. Next, directory implementation is nothing but what all the files are going to store in a particular directory. So how you store the directories, in which order you are storing, according to the date or according to the time or according to the memory required, according to the size of the directory. It depends upon all the things. So we have levels of directories in this, so you have to explain that levels. Next and last, explain RAID structure. So in this we have 6 levels. You have to explain the 6 levels with the neat diagrams. So you'll get the good marks in this question. This is all about your important questions of operating system. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.